What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we're going to be going through some college football bets, okay? It's week 6. Things are getting exciting. We got BYU, Notre Dame going head-to-head, and there's a really great betting opportunity. So let's go ahead. Let's go through it. Let's go through the odds. Notre Dame, best offered -164 on the Betfair exchange, which is peer-to-peer betting in Europe. It's a very efficient market, a very good source of information as a sports bettor. So as an example, all this tells me is seeing Notre Dame -164 on the Betfair exchange is I definitely don't want to be playing them -175 on DraftKings, right? If you want to make money sports betting, you have to be price conscious, you have to be data driven, which is why you should always be browsing odds, which is 100% free on OddsJam before you ever place a bet. Because even if the Betfair exchange isn't in your location, if you don't know the odds on other sportsbooks before you place a bet and you end up placing a bet at -185 that other people were betting -164, you just got ripped off. You're never going to make money sports betting, right? Sports betting is all about finding an edge. And if you're placing bets at -185 when other bookmakers are offering -164, you're not finding an edge. You are the edge to the sportsbook. So anyways, the point spread's at 3.5, and then the total's at 50.5, 51.5, depending on the sportsbook. So that's pretty cool. What's the play you ended up going with, Alex? Well, let's take a look. The play I ended up going with is right here, under 52 points in the game. This was a positive EV bet with a very high profit margin, 3.2% profit margin. So I demolished this for $500. Under 52, -110. So why do we like it, right? We just saw most of the sportsbooks had the total at 50.5 when we were browsing the odds. So we're getting 1.5 of value on Caesars, right? Like if we go to FanDuel, what we can do is just check out the odds for this game very briefly. So if we go to BYU, this game's at a total of 50.5. We got under 52. That extra 1.5 in value really makes all the difference in turning your bet from being unprofitable to profitable in the long run. It's all about finding value as a sharp bettor, right? We're right here. We're on this under 52. Most sportsbooks, Bet Online, very sharp sportsbook, FanDuel, they have the total at 50.5. We're getting under 52 at -110. Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker in the world, they're pricing this at -138. We're using all this data in the sports betting market, treating every bookmaker as an independent data point of where the line should be set to tease out that, this -110 is incredible value. So we hit it. 3.2% profit margin. So really high profit margin, really clear value. 1.5 in value. So that's awesome. And again, like when you're betting at -110 juice, you only got to win 52.4% of your bets to break even, right? Most sportsbooks, the juice they charge is -110, -110. That's their advantage on you. They say, hey, on overs and unders, you bet 11 to win back 10. We don't think you can beat us. So being able to squeak out that extra 1.5 in value, right, makes all the difference in the long run. So the second play I have is Purdue, Maryland, under 59.5. So we're out here hammering frickin' unders. I don't know if the weather's changing. The weather's getting worse out there. Who knows? But there's a lot of value. Why do we like it? Point off from the rest of the market. Point off. In fact, Bet Online, a super sharp offshore sportsbook, they have the under 58 favored. We're getting under 59.5, 1.5 better at -110 odds. So my bet is winning over 52.4% of the time, right? I'm placing bets at -110 juice that are winning over 52.38% of the time, right? Like this last bet on Pinnacle, you can see right here, the market on Pinnacle, which is the sharpest bookmaker, so we put the most weight in their odds, was +118, -138. So the win probability, according to Pinnacle Sportsbook, if you just remove the juice, remove the vig from their lines, of this BYU Notre Dame under 52 is 55%, right? Pinnacle's saying, 55.8% of the time, according to our models, all the action we're seeing in the market, your bet on the under 52 is hitting, right? We only need to win 52.38% of the time on -110 odds to break even. So our EV is going to be, $32. This bet on the Notre Dame game has $32 in EV, right? 500. I apologize. So really good bet. Long story short. So we locked it in. Absolutely hammering bets out here. This bet we hammered for 2.2K. Absolute bangers. BYU, Notre Dame under 52. Purdue, Maryland under 59.5. Two bets with a great edge. $50 in total profit margin. You just take your stake. You multiply it by your edge or your profit margin. And we're making some money, boys. Let's make some money.